Alright, so man, I wanted to throw my whole 2 cents in on the whole EDP getting his channel flagged down situation, because there's a lot of mixed reaction to it, and like I gotta just put my thoughts into it. Like, in all honesty, like, I feel horrible for the guy. It's like, it sucks, and honestly, how it happened is just completely pathetic. Like, it honestly sickens me. Like, that YouTube just allowed this kid basically to ruin a YouTuber who had over 200,000 subs and was loved by a lot of people. Now, I'll talk about EDP first, because like I said, it's a lot of mixed reaction to him. Like, when I first started doing YouTube, one of the first people who I came across that gave me the idea was in fact EDP, when I saw his LaShawn McCoy video. Like, that when I started, like, being, well, yeah, I guess you could say a fan of his. Like, the guy was funny as shit, and like, and I got the inspiration, like, not to completely be him or anything like that, but to, you know, put my own personal shit on YouTube, and so far it's worked out for me. Now, with EDP, like, I've heard a lot of people say like his stuff's gotten kind of shitty over the past year, and honestly, it has. Like, it's not like, and no, I don't agree with everything this guy says or does when he talks about his 2-inch dick or his thoughts on some women and all this other shit. Like, some of the stuff he honestly puts out is fucking pathetic and stupid. But at the same time, you gotta realize he's on YouTube to throw his opinion out, and a lot of YouTubers, myself included, will tell you, hey, some of the stuff I say and do is going to piss you off, probably, if you are sensitive. So if it offends you, you are not hurting my feelings, do not watch my channel. Like, it would be that easy for if that was really just the system. But like, now we live in a society that, like, when you hurt somebody's feelings, all of a sudden somebody has to do something about it. Like, it's stupid. It's like what happened to, you know, being in America, where you can express your opinion freely, and that's really all he was doing. Like, of course, not everybody's gonna agree with what he said. I mean, I understand that. There's plenty of shit he says that I do not agree with. I don't support it. Like, I honestly thought it was stupid. But at the same time, the guy's, you know, putting out shit he feels he needs to put out and get his opinion out there. Obviously, hundreds of thousands of people watched it, so, you know, you can't knock the guy for that. So, you know, getting somebody taken down who reached that amount of subs is honestly just pathetic. And you know, I love Eagle Speed, man. Eagle Speed's my man. But like, you talking about, like, I'm glad it happened. It was only a matter of time, and he deserved. It's like, dude, nobody deserves that to happen to them. Like, unless you are really putting out stuff about well, the showing your ass part was kind of fucked up. I think that video personally should have been taken down. But like, you know, as long as you're not showing nudity or fucking kids or something stupid of that nature, like, you know, so it's like, so what? If you don't like it, don't watch them. Like, it's really not that hard. There's plenty of people on YouTube that I've heard of that I don't watch because I don't fucking like their channels. It's really that simple. Like, so for this guy's hard work to just get taken away from him, like, you know, I know people are like, oh, well, now he's got to get a real job, blah blah blah. Like, honestly, people that say that are just kind of jealous of him. Like, I'm fine with where I'm at. I don't want to be EDP at all, but when my YouTube career is said and done, like, I'm hoping, like, I maybe get half of the success that this guy got in 8 years. But, you know, that all remains to be seen. But, you know, like, truthfully, for him to put a lot of work into his shit and then just have it gone like that, I mean, it sucks. It honestly sucks. And let me address the guy that took him down, Mr. Sauce Man, whatever. And dude, like, I know you're a kid. I know you're a kid. So I'm not gonna get on here and like yell at you or trash you like a lot of people have been doing. But I am gonna sit here because like I know a lot of people would want me to do that, but I'm not gonna look at it like that. I'm gonna just talk to you because I hope this gets through to you. So let me say this to you, dude. The bottom line with what you did, you wanted attention, and you got it. Okay, but as you get older, dude, you have to realize certain things you do, especially when it's on the internet and people see it, you have to realize it will affect your reputation to the max. I know from personal experience, like I've walked down the street, people recognize me and will say shit. I have trolls in my fucking comment section. It happens. But my reputation basically is talking Jags football and doing funny fucking cooking and food videos, and that's what people know me for. They don't know me for anything extreme or anything really negative, because like, even though I'm on YouTube and sometimes I make an ass out of myself, I try to do it in a positive way that is gonna get people to laugh and maybe be inspired by some of the shit I do. What you did, one thing you had did, like, even though you're gonna get attention out of this, and even though sometimes I will say that some negative attention is good attention if it's handled the right way, but dude, on your reputation, you will forever have the reputation of a bitch, a faggot, and a hypocrite. And the reason I say you're a hypocrite, you said in your video, dude, that you don't agree with the YouTube system with how they handle videos that get flagged, but you played it to your advantage so you could get EDP kicked off the internet. So that by definition, dude, makes you a hypocrite, and that's gonna be on you probably the rest of your YouTube career, and maybe even after you're done with YouTube. So you now have to hold that on you for the rest of your life, that you used a pathetic tactic to take down somebody who a lot of people got entertainment out of. And you know, this isn't an EDP fanboy response. This is just speaking from reality, dude. Like, I got nieces and nephews. I got a niece and nephews your age, man. So like, I understand your mindset. Like, you don't have to care about a whole lot right now, but when you do, your reputation is everything. And now you forever have this on your reputation, no matter how older you get, no matter how great of a YouTuber you become. Which honestly, judging by your videos, you're not going to get that great, because in my personal opinion, you honestly suck. But you now have this on your reputation the rest of your life. So, and people, and you know, eventually, like, people will always associate with you with that, but eventually they will stop giving a fucking caring about you. Like, it happens when somebody gets negative attention. It'll last. It'll be a good ride for a little bit sometimes, but it all goes away after a while, and people stop caring. Like, so enjoy it while it lasts, because the people that stick around are people that do good things and continue to do good, consistent things. Like me as a father, dude, I have anything I put on YouTube, I have to live with the fact that one day my kid or kids will go on the internet and see stuff that I say, and some of which I may not be able to explain to them. So unfortunately, you know, that's the nature of the beast. I have to live with that. So, and you know, most of the stuff I'm okay with. Like, they'll get over it eventually. But I just like some of the stuff they got. Like some of the stuff, I'm sure they're gonna understand. Like I did it for entertainment purposes, or the Jaguars pissed me off, or something like that. But the kind of but and you know, you're honest, and what makes this even more pathetic is like you talk about your success at 16, how you're getting ready to buy another car. Let me tell you something, dude. And I've seen what your house looks like. You completely are an example of a rich punk who's just not gonna who spends his parents' hard-earned money that is probably not gonna have to work for much. Like you're a classic. Like you're honestly a classic example of that. And all you want is attention, and you used something like this to get it. And you're talking about you're about to buy this like expensive car and shit. Like, dude, there's no, like, even if you did get a job, which I'm pretty sure you don't have one, but any job you get is not going to allow you to afford, you know, I forget what kind of car you said, but I know it was something like expensive that you need a no, not a six-figure job, but I know you need to make at least probably like 80 grand a year or something like that to afford. And judging by that, you're not making that, dude. Your dad or your mom's making that, and they're buying it. And if you are getting it, they're buying it for you. So be for real. You haven't had to work for anything in your entire life. Well, you're not like guys like me who came up with not a whole lot and had to work for everything that you got. Like my parents always preached that to me. If I take nothing away from my childhood and what I learned as a kid, my parents at an early age told me you have to work for everything you have, and I have. Like I may not be the most successful person in the world, but at least I know I have the pride of saying everything I've got, everything I've been able to do in life, I've earned it. You, on the other hand, are not going to be able to say that, and you're going to get fame from YouTube from being a faggot, a hypocrite, and a bitch. That's what your reputation is, and you can flag this video all you want. I honestly don't give a shit. So if you take anything away from this man, just know your reputation on YouTube is probably going to be soiled for the rest of your life. So that's what it is, man. But anyway, that's all I got. I mean, hopefully we haven't seen the last of EDP, and you know, this is your boy Jagging Off, and I'm out.